it's your girl Carrie, and today is part 3 of my Modernly Chic Blue and White series. If you missed parts 1 and 2, click the playlist link at the end of this video or the link in the description box below. In this video, I will be sharing how to entertain for one, entertain for two, and entertaining for a few. So let's get started. Okay, here's an example of a tray that's set up for one individual. You guys know that I always do my quality time, and here's a setup using blue and white. I started off with a simple basic tray. There was no adornments on it, none needed, and then I just put on some of my blue and white dishes. Actually, this individual coffee/tea server comes from the same Bombay set. And what you can do is take this off. It's an individual teapot. I put my tea strainer over and I just pour my tea into my glass. Remove my strainer. And then I add my lemon. And I add my sugar. And here I just have hard-boiled egg for general purposes, just to kind of show you how it goes in that little Demitasse cup, but can also be used as an egg cup. You can accompany this with fresh fruit or anything to your liking. And then also just adding a small floral arrangement in an egg cup. I just bunched together a few carnations, put a little bit of water inside, and boom, there you have it. A little floral arrangement. And then I added a little bit of salt and pepper for my boiled egg. I just rolled up a simple white basic napkin and added on a silver napkin ring. And there you have it, just a really nice setup. So now we're going to build a tea for two. Let's say someone's coming over and you're just going to have tea and some snacks, maybe some pastries. You would start off again with a nice, just simple tray. And this tray I picked up from a flea market for a couple of bucks. And so you have just an unadorned, simple tray, so it would not interfere with the patterns and things going on with the blue and white. First, I'm going to anchor my tray by setting my teapot here, and this is the one I picked up from Hobby Lobby. It's just a unique shape. It's just a flat teapot. Then I'm going to add these holders for my teacups. This is kind of like an Asian-inspired teacup, and I love to mix bamboo with blue and white, so I'm going to add those there. And here are our teacups that we're going to be adding. And we'll add a second. And then remember how I said things shouldn't be matchy-matchy? So we're just going to add some simple white plates there. Again, I'm going to just take a little tiny small floral arrangement, and that adds color. And I love the color fuchsia, a hot pink mixed with blue and white. It just makes it pop. We're going to add a couple of spoons to our plates, and that's for our teacups. We'll also add a vessel for sugar. So you'll just add that there and fill it with sugar. Always break your dishes up and play with them and find multiple uses. So this was the tea strainer that went with the set, and this was the base that it sat in. Well, I just took this apart, and this would be the perfect little tray to hold your lemons, should someone want lemon in their tea. And then you just need something to actually, you know, pick up the lemons or spear the lemons, so you would just kind of set that there. There you have it, just a cute little setup for tea for two. And then right on the table or wherever you're having your meal, you might set a little small pastry stand right in the back over there so that you can get your pastries and put them on your plate and enjoy your tea. Now here's a quick tip. When your teapots aren't in use, so you won't crack the lids when you're storing them, just take a little bit of tape and tape down the lid, and that way you can keep your set together and it won't fall off or crack when you're storing it. Now let's just say you have a couple of people coming over just to kind of kick it. This is how you just set up a simple, appetizer, a nibbles tray. First, you're going to need a fabulous tray to accommodate all of the things that you're going to put on it. I love this tray that I picked up from the Goodwill this past spring, and it has been put to great use for many, many different things. And for this particular setup, I love the contrast of the white against the rattan, but it is going to get in the way because there is a I guess, kind of like groove, the circular groove, so all of my pieces won't fit on there without toppling over. I'm going to remove the insert, and then I'm going to just fill it with white napkins because I do like the white look. So here I'm just going to place the white napkins inside of the tray. I'm going to line it up. See, my napkin is not long enough to cover, all the way to the edge. So what I'm going to do is pull this all the way to the edge and tuck it. And then I'm going to come in on the other side and have this napkin go into this edge and tuck it. And I'm going to just kind of fluff everything under. So here's what the tray looks like now with all of the napkins laid out in the tray. And I'm going to put in our sparkling water. These were actually really good. And so I would just put some drinks out. And also say I absolutely love natural elements, natural fibers, and natural colored fibers with blue and white. And I've been loving these glasses with the sleeves. So I'm going to place those on my table as well. So we're just going to pretend this setup is a setup for 3. And then next, I am going to add my plates. Remember I said the one thing that you can do is add unique pieces, and these square pieces are really unique and fresh and modern. And next I'm going to add this little bowl for dip, and it's really cute. It has a little sleeve and a little bowl that goes inside of it because we will be serving crudité, and I'm going to set that right there, and you'll just fill that with dip. And then the next piece that you would add is this little Target stand. You guys see me use this all the time. I would sit that right there. And then the next thing that I would do is take one of these plates, these beautiful plates, and set that on top. And I can show you a whole different video on tips and tricks and hacks to make things stay, how I stick things so no one will kind of knock that off the tray. And you wouldn't believe all the different little tricks I've come up with over the years when I'm setting up my trays. And then you want to add the finishing touches. So you can put something like this little, mouse pick. This is kind of like picks you take out. These are kind of picks that you take out and kind of spear your food, whether you have little pieces of cheese on a tray or other bite-sized foods. These are super duper cute. So I'm going to add that right here, as well as this gorgeous little doodad right here. I love collecting various interesting, unique pieces from flea market. And this little silver piece, can you guess what it is? Well, it's actually a vintage toothpick holder. So this will be great for also picking up little bite-sized morsels of food. And when I set it on the tray, I just leave it up, standing up, so that people know what it is. Otherwise, if they see it there closed, they won't know to open it to get the toothpicks out. So I'll just set that right there. Now here's the final look of our little casual get-together for 3 persons. And I just think it looks absolutely beautiful. And when you're setting up your trays, always think about, what kind of food you're going to serve and how it's going to look on the vessels that you're going to be displaying them on. Now here I just threw a couple of things on this plate just so you could get a visual. I'm not really doing anything, but you did probably hear me mention that I would be serving crudité. And here's my little lesson for the day. You know I love to just throw little terms out there when I'm doing my tables. Crudité is nothing but a fancy word for raw vegetables cut up in strips or slices or bite-sized pieces and accompanied by some sort of a dip. So we all have seen crudité. Just think various cut up vegetables that's going to be used in some sort of a dip. True story, back in the day when I first started out in corporate America, I had no idea what crudité meant or what it was. And when I actually saw the term in real life, it's spelled C-R-U-D-I-T-E. So I pronounced it just the way it sounded. So I will call it crudites. And, you know, just to save anyone any embarrassment, if they've never heard that term before and they actually see it written out, it's not pronounced crudites. It's pronounced crudité. So I hope you guys are enjoying this series, and be sure to tune in tomorrow for the final part. And until next time, I'm going to keep calm and carry on. Bye, guys.